Michael decided to venture into the world of online dating by downloading Tinder, a decision spurred by his lack of success in forming romantic connections in real life. Michael, who didn't see himself as particularly attractive, hoped that the digital realm might offer a new avenue to explore his luck in love. In the landscape of online dating, it's a common tale for those who don't stand out at first glance to struggle with garnering attention, especially from their ideal matches. This was the initial experience Michael faced. His profile, seemingly lost among the masses, attracted little interest from the women he was eager to connect with. However, the tide of Michael's online dating journey began to shift when he received a notification that would pique his curiosity and hope. A message from a woman named Emily appeared in his inbox. Distinguished by her striking blonde hair and radiant smile that seemed to leap off the screen. After engaging in conversations with Emily on Tinder for roughly a month, she suggested that Michael should make the journey to visit her. Despite the trust that had blossomed between them during their digital exchanges, Michael harbored reservations about taking the leap to meet someone in person whom he had only known online, particularly given the significant distance that lay between them, a daunting 8 hours. Emily's persistence, however, gradually chipped away at his hesitations. After careful consideration of the potential risks and rewards, Michael decided to embrace the adventure, reasoning that a day or two away to explore the possibility of real-world chemistry was a risk worth taking. As the day of the meetup approached, a blend of excitement and anxiety coursed through Michael. The thought of canceling never crossed his mind, despite the nerves. He was too committed to the possibility of what might be. So, he embarked on the long drive to Emily's location, his anticipation growing with each mile. As he navigated closer to the destination Emily had provided, the complexity of the journey became apparent. The directions led him down a labyrinth of gravel roads, each flanked by dense forests that made each turn seem indistinguishable from the last. The ambiguity of the route, coupled with the repetitive landscape, transformed what should have been a straightforward drive into a bewildering odyssey. Finally, after what felt like an eternity of twists and turns, Michael arrived at Emily's residence at around 4 p.m. The moment of arrival was bittersweet, marked by a mix of relief at having reached his destination and apprehension about what the next hours would hold. This venture into the unknown, spurred by the desire for a connection that transcended digital messages, was a leap of faith for Michael. Upon arriving at Emily's residence, Michael was immediately taken aback by the house's dilapidated appearance. The architecture bore the marks of age, with a notable window on the second floor boarded up, suggesting a long history of neglect. Despite this initial unease, spotting the red buggy Emily often mentioned in their conversations offered a semblance of comfort. Parking his car in front of the garage, Michael sent a text to Emily to announce his arrival. Her response, a simple smiley face, struck him as peculiar, but he interpreted it as her quirky way of welcoming him. With a mixture of anticipation and nervousness, he approached the door, only to be met with the unsettling sight of an older man peering down at him from a second-story window. This encounter added an eerie layer to what had already been a surreal journey. Recalling a conversation where Emily mentioned her father's occasional visits, Michael tried to reassure himself that the man upstairs was likely her dad. However, the odd circumstances under which he found himself at Emily's doorstep did little to alleviate his apprehension. Upon knocking, Emily greeted him with a warm smile and an embrace that, for a moment, melted away his worries. They exchanged pleasantries, but the peculiarities of the day lingered at the back of Michael's mind. The conversation took a turn when Michael inquired about the presence of her father, only to be met with confusion from Emily. She clarified that her father was far away, with no immediate plans to visit. This revelation unsettled Michael, prompting him to share the unnerving experience of being watched from the window. Emily's reaction, a mix of fear and urgency, signaled that the situation was far graver than a simple misunderstanding. Her insistence on leaving the house immediately transformed Michael's unease into alarm, as the realization dawned on them that an unknown intruder might be lurking within. As they distanced themselves from the house, seeking safety while maintaining a view of the property, the gravity of the situation became palpable. Emily, equally taken aback, could not fathom who the mysterious figure might be or how he had gained entry. Michael's call to the police was a necessary step, but it did little to quell the growing fear as Emily spotted the old man once again, his gaunt appearance adding a layer of horror to their predicament. The intruder's retreat into the shadows of the house only amplified the terror of the unknown they now faced. Huddled in Michael's car, they locked the doors, clinging to the fragile safety it offered as they awaited the police. 2 police officers arrived about 30 minutes later. They happily searched the entire house from top to bottom. However, they didn't find anything except the back door hanging wide open, but the man himself was nowhere to be seen inside the house. The cops couldn't really do anything at that point, so they kind of just told the 2 to go back inside and make sure all the doors and windows are locked, and to call them back if anything else happened. They left, and Emily, quite understandably, was too scared to spend the night alone, and so Michael agreed to stay with her downstairs on the couch. To avoid going to the second floor, Emily explained how her dad owned a shotgun, and so the 2 of them grabbed it and put it by their side. As they sat there, they sort of tried to fall asleep, and a couple of hours later, Emily actually managed to do so, but Michael sort of felt an obligation to protect her, and so he remained awake, watching TV with the shotgun now on his lap. Ever since the cops had left, the night was going pretty peacefully, and Michael, kind of forgetting about what had all happened, even thought he might still have a chance with Emily. The tranquility of the night was abruptly shattered around 3 a.m. by the ominous sound of a doorknob turning upstairs. Adrenaline coursed through Michael as he gripped the shotgun, his resolve to protect Emily propelling him towards the source of the disturbance. The confrontation with the old man, his figure now a hauntingly familiar sight, was a chilling reminder of the threat that had infiltrated their sanctuary. Michael was so dumbfounded when he saw the old man that he couldn't do anything, and the man went into the darkness. Michael suddenly remembered where he saw this man a few weeks ago. His face was frozen with fear, and he immediately ran to tell Amelia, but did not have time. There was no one in the room, and only the beautiful Emily's shoe lay by the door.